Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Native English Podcast. I'm Mia, and I'm so happy you've joined us today. If you're ready to make your English a little stronger and a little more natural, you're in the right place.
And I'm Max. It's great to have you with us. Today, we're going to learn one of the most useful parts of English grammar, the present simple tense.
That's right. Today's lesson focuses on only 5 essential rules. You don't need to remember lots of grammar terms or long lists of information. We'll take one rule at a time, so learning feels simple and enjoyable.
Exactly. We'll move through the lesson step by step. Each rule will help you understand the next one. And by the end of this episode, you'll know how these 5 rules work together to help you make correct, present simple sentences with confidence.
Here's a quick look at what we'll learn today. First, we'll discover when to use the present simple. Next, we'll learn how to make positive sentences. Then, we'll understand how to add s or es to a verb. After that, we'll see how to use words like always and sometimes. And finally, how to make negative and questions.
Don't worry if some of those ideas sound new. We'll explain everything with easy examples and short conversations so you can follow along without any difficulty.
Before we begin, I'd like you to think about one thing you do every day. Maybe you drink tea, walk to school, read a book, or play a sport. Keep that idea in your mind because we're going to use it later in today's lesson.
By the way, if you're enjoying learning English with us, don't forget to subscribe to Native English Podcast and share this episode with another English learner. You can improve together, one lesson at a time.
So, where should we begin?
Let's start by learning when we use the present simple, because that's the perfect place to start. We use the present simple to talk about things we do regularly, things that are part of our daily lives, and things that are generally true.
Let's look at the first use, daily habits. A habit is something you do again and again. It becomes a normal part of your life. For example, I wake up at 7. If you wake up at 7 every morning, that's a habit, so the present simple is the right tense to use. Here's another one. I drink water after breakfast. If you usually do that every day, it's a habit too.
The second use is daily routines. A routine is a series of activities you follow regularly. Listen to this sentence. We eat dinner at home. If your family usually eats dinner at home, you're talking about your routine. You can also say, I go to school by bus, or my father starts work at 9. These are all examples of routines because they describe what people normally do.
Now let's move to the third use, general truths. These are things that are true for everyone, not just one person. A simple example is, the sun rises in the east. It isn't true only today, it's true every day. Here's another one, birds fly. Most birds fly, so this is a general truth. Now let's have a quick conversation using present simple.
Sounds good.
What time do you wake up, Max?
I wake up at 7 every morning.
Nice. And where do you usually eat dinner?
We eat dinner at home because my family enjoys eating together.
Great. Now here's a different kind of question. Where does the sun rise?
The sun rises in the east.
Well done. You have answered the questions correctly. So in that short conversation, we used the present simple to talk about habits, routines, and general truths. Now let's quickly remember Rule 1. We use the present simple to talk about things we do regularly, our daily routines, and facts that are generally true or do not usually change.
That was a great summary, Mia. Now let's continue with the next rule. In Rule 2, you'll learn how to build present simple sentences correctly with different subjects. This is where many learners become more confident because the structure is actually simple. Rule 2 says that we use the base form of the verb with the subjects I, you, we, and they. The base form means the verb without any extra letters. Let's look at a few examples. I read books. You speak English. We play football. They live nearby.
Did you notice something? The verbs read, speak, play, and live all stay in their basic form. We don't change them.
Exactly. Whenever your subject is I, you, we, and they, simply use the base verb. Let's try a few more examples. I drink coffee in the morning. You study every evening. We watch movies on Fridays. They work in a hospital.
You have shared some great examples, Max. I think now we should move to Rule 3. This is the rule that many English learners forget. When the subject is he, she, or it, we usually add s or es to the verb.
Let's understand this rule with the help of examples. She reads books. He plays football. It rains a lot.
Notice how the verbs have changed. We don't say she read books, we say she reads books.
And we don't say he play football, we say he plays football.
Sometimes we add es instead of just s. This usually happens when the verb ends in letters like ch, sh, x, s, z, or o.
For example, he watches TV. She washes her car. The bus goes to the city. These verbs sound better with es.
We can understand this better by comparing a few correct and incorrect sentences. She read books every night. This sentence is incorrect because the verb does not agree with the subject. The correct sentence is she reads books every night.
Similarly, he play football after school is also incorrect. We add s to the verb so it agrees with the subject. Therefore, the correct sentence is he plays football after school.
Do you see the pattern? Whenever the subject is he, she, or it, remember to add s or es to the verb.
Exactly. That's the key idea. Remember these two simple rules. With I, you, we, and they, use the base form of the verb. With he, she, and it, add s or es to the verb. Once you remember this pattern, making positive sentences becomes much easier. Now, here's one more sentence for you to correct on your own. Take a look at this sentence. It rained a lot here. Can you spot the mistake? Write your answer in the comments below.
With that in mind, let's move on to the next rule. Rule 4 is about adverbs of frequency. These are words that tell us how often we do something. We'll learn how to use words like always, usually, and sometimes to talk about how often we do something. You'll hear these words in everyday English all the time. The 5 most common ones are always, usually, often, sometimes, never.
Let's see what each one means. Always means every time. I always drink water. That means I drink water every day.
Usually means most of the time, but not every time. She usually walks to school. Sometimes she may go another way, but walking is her normal habit.
Often means many times. They often visit their grandparents. They don't visit every day, but they visit many times during the month or year.
Sometimes means not very often. We sometimes watch movies. Some weekends we watch a movie, and some weekends we do something else.
Finally, never means not at any time. He never eats fast food. That tells us he does not eat fast food at all.
Now, where do these words usually go in a sentence?
In most present simple sentences, the adverb comes before the main verb. Listen carefully. I always drink water. She usually walks to school. They often visit their grandparents. We sometimes watch movies. He never eats fast food. Did you notice the pattern? The adverb comes before the main verb.
That's easy to remember. Now let's hear these words in a short conversation.
Fantastic! This time I'll ask you the first question. So, do you always wake up early, Mia?
Yes, I always wake up at 7. What about you?
I usually wake up at 7 too, but on Sundays I sleep a little longer.
Do you visit your family often?
Yes, I often visit my grandparents on weekends. And you?
I sometimes watch movies with my family after dinner, but we also enjoy playing games together.
That's nice. One more question. Do you eat fast food?
Not really. I never eat fast food because I prefer home-cooked meals.
Excellent. We just used all 5 adverbs of frequency in one natural conversation.
Now it's your turn to practice. Listen to these 3 sentences and choose one of the adverbs of frequency that you have learnt. I blank brush my teeth before bed. We blank go to the park on Sunday. My brother blank drinks coffee because he doesn't like it. Which adverb did you choose? Let us know in the comments.
There can be different answers for some sentences because everyone has different habits. The important thing is to choose a word that matches how often the action happens.
So here's a quick recap. We use adverbs of frequency to tell people how often we do something, and they usually come before the main verb in a present simple sentence.
Thanks for the recap, Mia. In the next part, we'll learn how to make negative sentences and questions in the present simple.
Yes, we've reached our 5th and final rule. So far, we've learned when to use the present simple, how to make positive sentences, and how to talk about how often something happens. Now, let's learn how to say that something doesn't happen and how to ask questions.
Let's start with negative sentences. To make a sentence negative, we use don't or doesn't.
We use don't with I, you, we, and they. Listen to these examples. I don't drink coffee. You don't watch TV every day. We don't eat lunch at school. They don't live nearby.
We use doesn't with he, she, and it. For example, she doesn't like tea. He doesn't play basketball. It doesn't rain much in summer.
Here's something very important to remember. After don't and doesn't, the main verb always goes back to its base form.
That's why we say, she doesn't like tea.
Let's compare a sentence. She plays tennis. It's a positive sentence. The negative form is, she doesn't play tennis. Notice what happened. The S disappeared because we already used doesn't. After doesn't, the main verb always goes back to its base form.
Now let's learn how to ask questions. To make a question, we begin with do or does. We use do with I, you, we, and they. For example, do you like music? Do they live here? Do we have class today?
We use does with he, she, and it. For example, does he work here? Does she enjoy reading? Does it open at 9?
Just like negative sentences, the main verb stays in its base form after do and does.
Here's an easy way to remember it. If you use do, don't, does, or doesn't, the next verb is always in its basic form.
Let's put everything together in a short conversation. Max, do you like sports?
Yes, I do. I play football every Saturday. What about you?
I don't play football, but I play badminton with my friends.
That's great. Does your brother play badminton too?
No, he doesn't. He likes swimming instead.
Do you usually play on weekends?
Yes, I do. We often play on Saturday mornings. Do you drink coffee before your game?
No, I don't. I usually drink water. Does your sister come with you?
Yes, she does. She enjoys watching our games, but she doesn't play. Excellent. In that conversation, we used positive sentences, negative sentences, and questions. That's exactly how people speak in everyday English.
Before we finish this rule, let's quickly review the pattern. Use don't with I, you, we, and they. Use doesn't with he, she, and it. Use do and does to ask questions.
And always remember that the main verb stays in its base form after these helping words.
The good news is we've reached the end of today's lesson, and it's time for a quick review. Let's go over the 5 rules one last time so they're fresh in your mind.
Perfect. We'll keep it simple.
Rule 1 says, use the present simple to talk about habits, daily routines, general truths, and facts that do not usually change. For example, I brush my teeth every morning. My mother cooks dinner every evening. Fish live in water.
Rule 2 emphasizes that with the subject I, you, we, or they, we use the base form of the verb. For example, you speak clearly. We enjoy music. They study together.
Rule 3 shows when the subject is he, she, or it, we add s or es to the verb. For example, he drives to work. She teaches English. The train leaves at 8.
Rule 4 is to use adverbs of frequency to show how often something happens. For example, I usually read before bed. We often cook together on weekends. She never forgets her keys.
Rule 5 says that we can make negative sentences with don't and doesn't, and we make questions with do and does. For example, they don't watch the news every night. My brother doesn't wear glasses. Do you enjoy cooking? Does your teacher give homework every day?
Those are the 5 essential rules of the present simple. If you remember them and use them often, you'll be able to talk about everyday life with much more confidence.
Now it's your turn to practice. Look around you and think about your own life. Talk about your family, your hobbies, your school, your job, or your daily routine. The present simple is perfect for all of these topics.
And remember, you don't need to make long or difficult sentences. Start with short, clear sentences. As you practice, you'll naturally become faster and more confident.
Every lesson you complete gives you a stronger foundation. Keep learning, keep speaking, and don't be afraid to make mistakes. Every mistake is another chance to improve.
If you enjoyed today's lesson, subscribe to Native English Podcast so you don't miss our next English lesson.
Thank you so much for learning with us today. We really enjoyed spending this time with you.
Keep practicing a little every day, and you'll see your English improve step by step.
Until next time, keep learning and keep believing in yourself.
Goodbye, everyone. We'll see you in the next episode of the Native English Podcast.